Assalamu alaikum, dear student. I am Shahid Ziaur Rahman, assistant teacher of Shahid Ziaur Rahman High School. At first, you are welcomed to my online class. I hope that you are well by the grace of Almighty Allah in this great epidemic, COVID-19. So, dear student, you have already learned about the kinds of sentence according to its meaning. You know that there are 5 kinds of sentence according to its meaning. These are assertive, interrogative, imperative, optative, and exclamatory. And there are also 3 kinds of sentence according to its structure. Dear student, today I would like to take my class about the transformation of sentence from assertive to negative. I hope that you are ready to observe my class or enjoy my class. Dear student, what is in this picture? Both the boy and the girl go to their school. Not only the boy but also the girl go to their school. Look at the pictures below. Every man likes flowers in the world. And the negative form of this sentence, there is no man but likes flowers in the world. You have already looked this sentence that every man likes flowers in the world, and the transform of this sentence, there is no man but likes flowers in the world. You have thought already that there is no change of this sentence meaning. The meaning of this sentence, both of these sentences are same. So transformation means the structural change of a sentence without changing the meaning of the sentence. The lesson you learned today, English transformation, assertive to negative. Dear student, English grammar transformation, the topic assertive to negative. The outcomes of the lesson are, after going through the lesson, you will learn the following: transformation from assertive to negative, read and understand the sentences clearly, speak frequently and write in composition, and develop your language, 4 language skills. The lesson explanation. Dear student, follow the sentence. Mr. Hassan is an honest man in our village. Mr. Hassan is not an honest man in our village. You have already followed that. Mr. Hassan is an honest man in our village. This is a positive statement, and Mr. Hassan is not an honest man in our village. It's the negative statement. It is also a sentence according to its structure, but it's not the transform of the sentence Mr. Hassan is an honest man in our village, because here Mr. Hassan is not an honest man in our village. It's the opposite meaning of the sentence Mr. Hassan is an honest man in our village. So it's not correct. So what will be the correct statement? Mr. Hassan is not a dishonest man in our village. Dear student, follow the example. In this sentence, there is no alternative meaning of the sentence Mr. Hassan is an honest man in our village. So the transformation of the sentence is correct. Mr. Hassan is not a dishonest man in our village. Dear student, in first sentence, the meaning of the sentence has changed. It means that Hassan is dishonest. So it is wrong in transformation. In second sentence, the meaning of the sentence has not changed. It keeps the same meaning. So it is called the correct transformation according to the definition of transformation. So we should follow some basic rules to transfer sentences. Rule 1. Negative form of opposite word. My mother is a very kind woman. Dear student, follow the example. My mother is not a very unkind woman. Here, the opposite word of kind is unkind, and we have used not. If we mean the sentence, the meaning of this sentence will be the same. Another example, they love our country very much. They don't hate our country very much. They do not hate our country very much. It is also a correct sentence. My sister lives here very happily. My sister does not live here very unhappily. Dear student, follow. Here we have used does not. And the unhappily is the opposite word of happily. Dear student, firstly you have to make the main verb. You have to make the main verb negative form and bring an opposite word of the keyword. The keywords are adjective, verb, and or adverb. Here, happily, the adverb, and the opposite word is unhappily. Dear student, follow the structure. Subject must equal to cannot but or cannot help. If we see that a sentence carries a word must, we must use cannot but or cannot help after the word must or omitting the word must. So see the structure, subject plus must plus main verb plus extension. If you follow this sentence, you will do the sentence lightly. Subject plus cannot but plus main verb, and this will be the base form plus extension. The subject plus cannot help plus main verb plus ing plus extension. So dear student, if you use cannot but, you have to use the main verb or base form of the main verb, and if you use cannot help, you shall have to use main verb plus ing. Follow the example. She must cook food to save our lives. She cannot but cook food to save our lives. It's if you use cannot but, here we used cook, the base form of the verb cook. And if we use cannot help, we shall have to do she cannot help cooking food to save our lives. Another example, the student must learn English. The student cannot help learning English. Dear student, rule 3, every plus noun equal to there is no dot but. The structure is every plus noun plus main verb plus extension. Structure, there is no. If we change this sentence to negative, the structure will be there is no plus noun plus verb plus main verb plus extension. Follow the example. Every mother loves her children. Here, this is the assertive sentence, and negative form of this sentence will be there is no. If you follow that, the past sentence carries every, so we here use there is no, and the noun is mother. Here also used mother, and then we use but. So the sentence will be there is no mother but loves her children. Another example, my dear student, every man wants to be rich in his life. Follow the example, dear student. There is no man. We have used here there is no after the word or omitting the word every. So there is no man but wants to be rich in his life. Dear student, now follow the definition. Firstly, you have to write there is no plus given noun. Given noun means the noun which is used the first sentence. You shall have to use that noun for the negative sentence. So there is no plus given noun plus verb plus dot dot. Secondly, write down the rest of the sentence carefully. Okay, my dear student. Firstly, you have to write there is no plus given noun plus verb, and secondly, write down the rest of the sentence carefully. Dear student, rule 4. Both and equal to not only but also. Both plus noun NP, that means noun or noun phrase or noun oblique pronoun. Both plus NP plus and plus NP plus verb plus extension. Not only plus NP plus but also plus NP plus verb plus extension. Dear student, we use not only after the word both, and we use but also after the word and. Both Korim and Rohim went to the book fair. Here, dear student, follow the example. The negative form, not only Korim but also Rohim went to the book fair. Hannah found both Kia and Joya. Hannah found not only Kia but also Joya. Dear student, we use not only in the place of both. If we see both, we have to use in negative form not only in the negative sentence. And we use but also in the place of and in the negative sentence. Okay, my dear student. 2 dot dot 2 equal to so dot dot that plus pronoun. Dear student, follow the structure: subject plus verb plus 2 plus adjective plus 2 plus verb plus extension. Subject plus verb plus so plus adjective plus that plus pronoun or subject plus can oblique could plus not plus verb plus extension. Dear student, she is too ill to attend the classes. She is so ill that she cannot attend the classes. Dear student, Rumi was too weak in English to pass in the exam. Rumi was so weak in English that she could not pass in the exam. Dear student, we use so instead of to and that instead of to in negative sentence. We use pronoun according to the gender and number of the subject. We use cannot or could not according to the tense of the verb. Dear student, if you see the sentence carry the verb is present tense, you must have to use cannot. And if you see that the sentence carries past form, then you shall have to use could not. Okay, my dear student. Rule 6, as equal to not less than. Subject plus verb plus as plus adjective plus as plus noun or pronoun. Dear student, subject plus not less, verb plus not less plus adjective plus then plus noun or pronoun. Mr. MD Jamal is as wise as Mahabur Rahman. Dear student, follow the example. MD Jamal is not less. We use not less after the word as, and we use then after the second word as. And follow the example, dear student. Mr. Jamal is not less wise than Mahabur Rahman. Mr. Hamidur was as brilliant as your mother. Dear student, Mr. Hamidur was not less brilliant than your mother. Brother. Mr. Hamidur was as brilliant as your brother. The negative form will be Mr. Hamidur was not less brilliant than your brother. So, my dear student, the tips, follow the tips. We use not less instead of as, first as in the negative sentence, and we use then instead of second as in the negative sentence. Dear student, another rule number 7. Always equal to never plus opposite word. Subject plus to be. The structure will be subject plus to be plus always plus main verb plus extension. And the negative form will be, the structure of the negative sentence will be subject plus to be plus never plus main verb plus opposite word plus extension. Hannah is always punctual in his class. Dear student, follow the example. Hannah is never. We used never after the word always, and we use late after the word punctual. So, dear student, Hannah is never late in his class. The assertive sentence was Hannah is always punctual in his class, and the negative form of this sentence is Hannah is never late in his class. Rina always likes gardening in the house. Dear student, Rina never dislikes gardening in his house. Here we use never after the word always and dislikes after the word or verb likes. Dear student, the tips is we use never instead of always in the negative sentence, and we should write an opposite word in the sentence. Dear student, paired exercise. I hope that you will do this sentence according to meaning, according to instruction. Turn the negative sentence into affirmative. Hannah cannot but cook rice for her family. Dear student, I have already discussed about the form of affirmative and negative form. So you shall have to do this. Rules number 8. As soon as equal to no sooner had. The structure is as soon as plus subject plus main verb plus extension plus subject plus main verb plus extension. No sooner had plus subject plus verb and past participle form extension plus then plus subject plus main verb plus extension. Dear student, follow the example. As soon as he saw me, he came near me. The negative form is we used here no sooner had. No sooner had he seen me, then he came near me. Dear student, as soon as omitting, and we use no sooner had. The negative sentence is no sooner had he seen me, then he came near me. Another example, dear student, as soon as they found the police, they ran away. No sooner had they found the police, then they ran away. Dear student, we use no sooner had instead of as soon as in the sentence. And we should write then in the place of comma in the sentence. Rules number 9, no other equal to than any other. Dear student, no other plus noun plus extension plus main verb plus as plus adjective plus as plus noun as plus noun or pronoun. The example is, no other boy in the class is as good as you. Dear student, follow the negative form of this sentence. You are better than any other boy in the class. According to structure, we have used the second subject, and we use in the negative sentence the second sentence used as first at the first position. You are better, and the comparative form of good is better. You are better than any other boy in the class. No other poet here is as famous as Nuzrul. Dear student, Nuzrul is more famous. The comparative form of famous is more famous. Nuzrul is more famous than any other poet here. Dear student, we use any other instead of no other in the sentence. And we should write comparative form of the adjective in the sentence. Dear student, rules 10, not only equal to none but or nothing but. Dear student, only will be omitting by none but or nothing but. None but, we use none but when the subject is person, and we use nothing but when the subject is object or things. Only God can save our lives in danger. Dear student, here we use none but God can save our lives in danger. Harun has eaten only rice in his lunch. Dear student, Harun has eaten nothing but rice in his lunch. Here only use the before the object of rice. So here we have used nothing but. Dear student, only also use none but or nothing but. Not only equal to not more than or not less than. If the subject is numeric word, then we use not more than, and the subject, if the subject is uncountable noun, then we use not less than. My dear student, follow the example. My brother has bought only 5 books just now. The negative form of this sentence will be, my brother has bought not more than 5 books just now. Dear student, here only is used before the numeric word 5. So we have used here not more than. Mr. Hassan, MD Hassan usually drinks only some milk. Mr. Hassan usually drinks not less than some milk. Here only is used before the uncountable noun some milk. So we use here not less than. Dear student, you shall have to do this according to directed. Mr. Rohim is a wise person. Ruhul cannot but go home. Every woman wants a child. MD Shaju ate not only rice but also fish. Dear student, you must do this sentence on your exercise book and write down or send them to our school page or online class in community box, and I will try to solve that problem. Dear student, Mrs. Rita is too weak to move on her feet. Dear student, this is your homework. Write down the negative sentence without changing the meaning. Group A, I must go home. You must read books. They must leave home. Shumi must tell me it. And group B, every child wants good food. Every girl wishes a dress. Everyone has a dream. Every boy hopes to be a doctor. Group C, she is a strong lady. Hassan is a tall boy. You are a very rich man. The student made a good result. Dear student, you also do this, practice this at home. Thank you, my dear student. I hope you stay always at home and maintain the rules of hygiene. Allah Hafiz. Thank you.